welcome to the episode 3 of the podcast where we play games, talk about games while staying in the comfort of our chairs. Welcome to episode 3 of the Gaming Chair Podcast. I go by the name of Ladale the Fashionista, manager editor right here at Trevor Culture Magazine, and alongside me tonight is
Hey, what's up? It's still Sean as Black Dawn right there.
I like that still Sean.
Still Sean, man. I'm still
Like
Sean.
that classic Eminem and Dr. Dre song, Still Dre. Still Sean.
I am always gonna be Isaiah and the dude times 2 on Instagram, baby.
There we go.
What's good, guys?
What's
Yes,
up?
yes, sir. So, all right, last week there's some news dropped during the state of PlayStation. I guess the state of play address. I don't know what y'all call it. Oh, that's Sony. About the new Ratchet and Clank Rifts Apart. Now it's a game that we didn't get a chance to talk about last week, but I wanted to get everybody else's thoughts on it before we get into today's topics for this episode. As far as me being a Microsoft guy and a Sony guy, but unfortunately I'm kind of envious of y'all Sony dudes right now, especially you, Isaiah, Mr. PS5.
I'm not bragging, but I got one.
Because like me and Microsoft, we don't really got no exclusives like that. Like I was just telling you guys off air, like being like having a Series X right now, just it's kind of like having a chick that's celibate. Like ain't pulling nothing out, so you ain't getting none. So you basically just gotta just do what you can on your own, basically at this point with Microsoft. But I got a chance to see the trailer, and I was looking to possibly hate it. Honestly, I was looking to hate it, but I must say I loved it. I loved it. The graphics looked great, gameplay looked real smooth. But that's basically what I could say for right now. Hopefully by the time it release, I can get my hands on the PS5. That way I won't be too envious of you right now, Isaiah.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts. So Sean, what do you think about the trailer for it?
So from like that little breakdown trailer that I remember seeing, like they showed like the gameplay, how the graphics look. The graphics looks amazing. I'm also kind of jealous of Isaiah because I really do want the PS5, and I'm hoping to get it sometime this summer. Let's hope that they decide to release it again. But the gameplay looked fire. The different like weapons and like the able to like teleport between like the portals and stuff like that. All of like the switches and gameplay that looks interesting. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Like the way that they like bring life to all their cities, like is crazy. Like the amount of things that are on the screen, it's like sensory overload, bro. Like you see at least 20 different ships just flying by through that city, and then you get to walk around it in real time. So it's like not like a cinematic or anything like that. Like it goes from a cinematic straight into the gameplay, and it looks exactly the same. Like it's crazy. I'm like super amped for that game because Insomniac always does a good job with their games. Like the Spider-Mans that just came out, like Insomniac killed those. And then the Ratchet and Clank has always been like amazing. Like the 2018 version, or I think it was 2018, might have been sooner than that. But the last version of Ratchet and Clank that just came out when they revamped it, that was good. Like I was start to finish with that game. I didn't stop playing it. Like it was a really good game. So I can only imagine how this one's gonna be.
So is it a day one purchase for you?
Oh, most def, bro. Like that's how I'm doing all the games. Like right now, like since we're so deprived of next gen games, like I'm buying them all. Like Resident Evil's next, bro.
Oh yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. We gonna get into that later on, but at least you got new games to play, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
over there at Xbox side, man, we still waiting on Halo, and I don't like Halo like that. Like like I need something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm playing old Game Pass games, catching up on that. But speaking of games, man, so fellas, like, what games have we been playing this week?
So I mentioned this last week. This has been my week so far. I finally got the time. I finally got like maybe a level forward in like Outriders, that fun space game that's like Destiny. So that's been my week, or at least my 2 hours.
2 hours is your week? Oh my god! I gotta get this man some free time. I don't know how much it costs, but we need to get you some.
I just need to stop. Like, I really need to just actually sit down and play for once. My issue is that legit, I keep spreading myself thin. I'll be running up and down. So I'll like sit there and look at the game and be like, I'll get to you.
Yeah.
And all my
That's
friends
how I
keep
do,
leveling
man.
up, and I'm like, I'll get to you.
I'm the same way. I'm still like that with Marvel's Avengers, man. I'm like, you know what? I'll get back to you. I'll get back.
Hey, yeah, you got to put that one on hold, bro. After you told me that first level, just picking them comics, I was like, yeah,
Oh my
I would put
god.
that thing down too.
Nah, but it's not only that though. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you get to play as the Avengers in the first act of the game, but I played it during the E3, not the E3, the New York City Comic Con. I played that the demo at Comic Con, so I already knew what to expect.
Right.
So I'm like, oh shit, I'm just basically reliving shit I played like like about a year or two ago. So
Yeah.
it's like that, but I don't know, man. I think I'll get back into it. I'll get back into it eventually. Eventually,
Hopefully, finish
yeah,
it for us.
yeah. I'll
Because we're
take
not
one for
gonna
the
play
team.
it.
I'll definitely take one for the team for y'all. As for me, I actually wasn't planning on playing any games this week because obviously the whole thing was we were supposed to stream tonight. But I went to Best Buy yesterday and I met a lovely young lady by the name of Ashley. Shout out to you, Ashley. I hope you subscribe to the channel and you're watching. Like I told
Shameless plug, but we
you.
love you,
Shameless plug.
Ashley.
For sure, for sure.
Sponsored
So
by Best Buy.
I know, right?
yo, Best Buy, hook me
I'm a
up
platinum
with
member,
PS5.
baby.
Hook me up with
Elite.
PS5, yo. So basically, right, I'll chop it up with her and me. Like I have like my little USB to Ethernet adapter because my laptop that I screen on I don't have no Ethernet ports. So I'm thinking that's all I need, like just a USB Ethernet adapter plus an Ethernet cord to plug it from my laptop to my PS4 because that's what has remote play. So I was like, all right, cool, we can at least do remote play on here. So I get to the cashier and I basically like something told me like you need to ask her about what you're doing before you actually do it. So I asked her, and she was like, she looked at me like I had two heads, cause you know these people at Best Buy, they the geek squad, so they already know what it is. So she like, excuse me, sir, I think you might be better off getting like a gaming routers or something like that. So me here, I think the most I'm gonna spend like $55, $60. So she took me to the gaming routers. I was like, it's like 160. I could probably get that right now, but she said there's no guarantee that it's gonna work. So she fucked up the sale right there. Cause if she would have sold me on it, I probably would have bought it. But she like, I'm not sure it's gonna work. So at first she said, well, what I was planning to do was definitely not gonna work. Then here comes
Right.
this time around, she like, it might work, it might not, but at least you have 14 days, to like, send it back if it don't. And me, I'm like, man, like, I'm lazy. I'm like, man, I don't want to come back here, bro.
He's
So
so
let me just
lazy, bro. You got 2 weeks, bro. I want to be right back the next day. Like, hey, this shit didn't work. I'm gonna need that back.
so like, what, let me just go with something I know for sure is gonna work. So I got me the little 1 terabyte Xbox Seagate expansion card that I was planning on getting for the longest. So I was like, fuck it, I'm here. Let me see if they got it. I'm gonna get it. Let me download some games that I haven't had the chance to play because my storage is full. Cause I want to play Destiny 2. I want to play Rainbow Six Siege. I want to play Quantum Break. I know these are all old games, but shit, I ain't played most of them.
Hey,
So like they new to
so
me.
good.
Goddamn it. So I got that instead. And so since yesterday, all the way up to like an hour before we started recording this, I played Quantum Break. I got through Act One. I'm enjoying that game. Then I decided to go back and play bum ass Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The worst Marvel vs. Capcom by far. And Sean, you already know the reasons why it's the worst, right? Like, come on, like, trash ass line. You ain't got no X-Men in there. Like, come on, man. It's just one of the worst fucking
It's not
games
the best. It's really
made in
not the best.
history.
It's really.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is still the best Marvel vs. Capcom game, hands down. So I played that. I played some Tekken 7. Uh, gotta play 2K. Gotta play Madden. Those are like always at the top. After this is done, I'm planning on playing Siege. I wish we could do crossplay, Isaiah, because I know you got it on the
Oh
PS.
man, I do.
So I wish we could
I'm
do
a beast at
crossplay
that
on
game,
that.
bro.
Yeah. Nigga, I'm
We lost the deal.
Oh
I'm a
no.
oh no.
Bro, you stuck like this for about
Am I here? Am I here?
you
Yeah,
here,
you're
bro.
good.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is tripping, but man, I'm just leave it at that. I played like a couple of games, so I was just away, bro. Like,
Oh
what you
man,
been playing?
Returnal, bro. I had to get the PS5 exclusive. That game, it's addictive and it's hard at the same time. I'm not saying it's hard like in a like, oh shit, this is hard. It's hard as in the game is set up as like in runs. So how Demon Souls is or Dark Souls, if you die, you got to go all the way back and do all that shit over again. That's how Returnal is. And Returnal starts you back from the very beginning. So in the beginning of the game, you start off, you're flying a ship. It's a cinematic, and you crash land on a planet. Whenever you get off that ship, you gotta basically go with your pistol, find more guns as you go, pick up upgrades, upgrade your suit, and from there you just keep going forward in the game. And you might come across a boss, and from there you have to kill that boss, all within the same run. And if you die while fighting that boss, you got to go all the way back to that ship and basically like relive what just happened. So it gets fucking hard, bro, at times, because it's set up like a side scroller, like a side shooter, like Housemarque Games. That's the people who made it. They have a game called Resogun, and Resogun, it's a Scott. I can't even say it. Side scroller. That, you know how like whenever you shoot your gun from your spaceship, you'll see like the lasers come out and the bullets come out, and if the enemy shoots back at you like with a whole bunch of bullets, you gotta like weave through them, like and dodge their bullets while still shooting at them. That's kind of like how they set this game up, except it's like a third person view. So just like how you see these purple bullets coming out, or missiles, projectiles, whatever you want to call them, coming out towards you. You have to dodge all those while you're shooting at that. So it's like a 3-dimensional side-scrolling game where you have to dodge enemy attacks as they come at you. And that's how a good amount of the enemies shoot at you. So if you look at the suit right here in this picture, you'll see like these parasites coming off of her suit. Those are actually upgrades that can potentially help you and hurt you at the same time. So I know there's another screen grab where it says that the suit's malfunctioning. If you get enough suit malfunctions, you have to do certain tasks in order to get that malfunction off of your suit. So say you pick one up and it says that if you drop to low health, then your suit the damage is like negative 30%. So it makes you weaker if you're about to die. So in order to get that off, you have to maybe kill 2 enemies with 1 melee strike, or you have to pick up an artifact or pick up an upgrade for your suit in order to get that off. So it makes you explore while trying to grind all the way back to where you died at. So it's not that it's hard. It's just that you have to build yourself up in order to beat a certain character that keeps whooping your ass and sending you all the way back to the beginning over and over and over. So it's a commitment.
But I've been hearing lately basically about when it comes down to the game that it's been having like some save issues. Like I know they released a patch earlier today, but has it been proven to be like effective of late?
I mean, it's only all right. So that character right there, that green one, that's actually an Easter egg, like from the very beginning. Like that's a character from Resogun, one of Housemarque's other games, the game I was talking about. And that's one of the characters that you have to keep on saving while you're playing. It's the side scroller, which is pretty cool. I always like finding Easter eggs in video games, so that was dope to see. I've only had one issue as far as the game crashing, and I was about 30 minutes into my run, so it was a good little way to piss you off, kind of. But at the same time, it's like you're still in the beginning stage learning the game, so you're not really worried about losing any progress right there, because you don't know what to expect anyway. So you don't really know how far you were until you beat the first boss, and you're like, oh, I just did a whole bunch of shit to do that.
See,
so right there, right there, you see how it says suit malfunction. And then if you look at malfunctions up there in the top, those are the tasks that you have to do in order to get those malfunctions off your suit. Yeah. So.
Yeah. See, I can't. You too smooth, bro. I can't imagine you being mad playing a game. You're like,
bro.
Well, like it's frustrating, but you know, like I'm enjoying the game anyway, so I don't mind. Well, let that be me, bro. I'll be throwing my controller and everything. Like, nah, fuck this,
bro. Yeah, you have to see me streaming. That's the case, because once I get mine set up, bro, you're gonna see. You're gonna hear the F-bomb. You're gonna hear, oh shit. You're gonna hear take that, motherfucker. Like it's me. A lot of
Right.
shit.
But
Like,
there's been a lot of people on the internet, that's been just like, for the most part, many people love this game, but a lot of people talk about it like it's too hard. It's too hard. Now, would you say that the game is as difficult as the critics are making it out to be, or do just some games just suck as video games? Like, what is it to you, from your assessment?
um, it's something that you have to get used to. So since I did play Resogun and I noticed from the jump, like, hey, that's a character from Resogun. And I remember playing Resogun and falling in love with it because I actually like Resogun. Like it's one of those games where you can just pick it up and play it for at least like 2 hours to waste time.
Right.
I knew what to expect from the enemy attacks, like the way that they were coming at me. I was like, wow, this reminds me of Resogun. And this is before I even researched like if the developer made the same game. Like I was like, oh, this is just like Resogun. Like I got to jump over this in order to live still, and I got to keep dodging enemy attacks as they come at me. So it's just like a learning curve as far as like how the enemies attack you, basically. And once you get used to that, like you're just like, this is a normal a normal third person shooter. Like hide behind a wall, don't get hit. I mean, some like beams can like break and shit,
Right.
and their enemy attacks can get through it. And then some enemies rush you and like attack you in groups. So as long as you get used to like enemy movement and coming up with a strategy to like, all right, I got to dash over here in order to get away from them. I got to run and shoot at the same time. It's mainly running and shooting that people aren't getting used to. Like most people are used to like hiding behind the wall until you can take out all the enemies from the same place.
That's me. That's me.
You would play out with this game. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's hard like that in the aspect of you got to keep moving. You have to keep moving in order to live, and a lot of people aren't gonna be able to do that because you got to turn the camera, see where the enemies are coming from. I mean, there's a map that actually shows you like, hey, the enemy's over here, and then there's like a little pulsating little icon saying that they're behind that wall or something. But if you don't move, you will die. Like you will.
Now, does the game kind of have like an HP system, so to speak, where you kind of like have to like upgrade your health bar as you progress throughout the game, or just like
It's more so, yeah, I would say yes, because there are some things that do upgrade your health, but the main thing you want to do is find artifacts that can actually. I only found this one time that can increase your health whenever it's low. So I found that one time, and that got me like pretty much it got me through the boss, which I couldn't beat at first, and then it got me towards like the other boss all the way to it, and that run took like 2 hours, bro. So you can only
2
imagine.
hours?
Yeah, it took like 2 hours. I was on that game like I wanted to play
one run.
Apex. Yes.
And my
Yes,
man
bro.
come out here and play 2 hours a game in this week.
I'm telling you, bro. Right. Sean, I just did your whole thing in one day.
Yo.
Yes, bro. Like
Basically,
it is hard. I mean, it's hard in the fact that like you can't save your progress. If I could save my progress,
there's no save.
There's no save. You got to start at that ship every time you die, and then you got to work your way all the way back to where you were. So that means starting from that first part of the game where the foliage is, all the trees and stuff, where the blue backdrop. You start there, and then you have to work your way all the way back. I mean, granted, you get a key after you beat the first boss, but once you beat that boss, you have to work your way back through the foliage, through all the trees and that area, and you have to go to the desert-looking area and fight your way all the way back to that boss. Mind you, the enemies are harder in that area, so you basically have to work yourself back up through the part that you just did, go back through there through the desert, and work yourself up there in order to beat that boss.
And there's no checkpoints or nothing like that.
No checkpoints, bro. You got to start from that ship every time. And then the thing about it, each time you go back, each time you die, the world changes. So like one door isn't going to lead to the exact same door that you did the first time. It's going to go to another part of that level, but it's going to be in a different spot. So they like shake it up in that aspect. Like it's refreshing because you see something new and you're like, wait, this wasn't here last time. I got to kill these people now again. It's like parts that you remember, like, oh, I remember this stage. I definitely don't want to do this right now because I know this part is hard, but you have to fight through it because it's like randomized with each door that you go through. So it's addictive in that aspect because like, oh man, I got an easy run. They're leading me straight to it. They're giving me the good perks. And then you get to that stage and it's like, oh, if I fuck it up, I got to go all the way back. So it's like, I don't know. It's like gambling in a way.
That's kind of cool though, because it's like you're never gonna get the same experience again.
Yeah. So it's not
So
stale. It's not like, damn, I can't get past this part. I'm better than this. But now it's like randomized to the point where it's like, oh shit, they're just throwing me to that next level now.
right, but at the same time, you can't save your progress. So that's like
They
the
they
game.
they even tell you whenever you first turn the game on, bro. There's no save points. If you die, you go back to the ship, and this game's meant to be challenging. And then it says to if you really want to put the game down and take a break, you got to put your PlayStation in rest mode.
The game that never ends.
Yeah, basically.
oh, so,
Bruh.
that's a good little workaround, I guess.
Yeah, so it's basically like the only way that you can actually like save your progress is by beating the bosses because they'll give you a key to the next area. So you don't have to spend all your time in that first area. You can just use the key, go to the next one, and start upgrading yourself from that level. But the enemies are harder. That's the only thing you got to consider. So you're like throwing yourself into a hard mode, basically, if you just want to speed to that last part that you just died at.
Okay, so let's answer the. So before we get to the final question for this segment, where does this game rank as far as like the hardest to play? Like, is it up there at the top, or is it the top 10, or is this like because you're a hardcore gamer, you play a lot of games, so it's like man, like this ain't up there at all. It's like people just tripping. Like, where's it at for you?
It's not up there.
It's
It's
not
not
up
up
there.
there. Nah, it's not that hard. It's like just it's so randomized to the point where you don't know what you're gonna get. But say if you play Dark Souls, Demon Souls 1, 2, and 3, Sekiro, those games are hard. Those
I
games
got
are hard.
on my Xbox dashboard, so I might try that.
Yeah, get ready to get frustrated because I mean you can save in those games, but at the same time, those games like
I mean, not my Xbox, my PlayStation.
those games are too hard, bro.
So basically, a game where I like a game where you basically cannot save, at least so far, because they did release a patch.
Right.
So obviously, maybe you haven't had the opportunity to like check out the patches yet. But so far from the time that you played, so a game where you repeatedly die, you cannot save your progress. You mean to tell me that game is not on the top 10 hardest that you ever played?
No, it's just like commitment. Like you want to keep fighting these monsters and knowing that you might die a little bit, or do you want to just I don't know. It's hard to
like
explain. It's like once you play it, you'll understand. Like, all right, I can move through these enemy attacks really, really easy. And then once you get a particular weapon, I mean, no spoilers, but you're gonna be able to melee after a while with a sword, and that sword is fucking like Excalibur, bro. Like you're taking enemies out with one hit. So you get close, you can swipe, and upgrade yourself.
So it's basically one of those games that you kind of learn what tactics work or what don't work by like the repetition of keep playing and dying over and over again.
Exactly. And that's like their thing. Like it's called Returnal. You're gonna return to that goddamn ship over and over and over.
It all makes sense now. Like that
Yeah.
meme, it all makes sense. All right, so what would you say like the top 10 hardest games that you ever played?
Shit, all the ones I named, bro. Demon Souls 1, 2, and 3. I couldn't get past like a couple of the bosses, so I gave up. Sekiro, I got pretty far in that, but that's hard. Like you can't kill certain bosses. I couldn't at least. That's probably Like any I think it's was it From Software. Any of the games they make are super hard, bro. They're unforgiving. Like games that I like Bloodborne. I like it. I played really far in it, but there's just bosses that you really can't beat unless you're hardcore with it. Like you got evade tactics, you know how to use certain items at certain times. I'm one of those, like I just like to hack and slash. Like I can't look up what items to use in particular situations because I'm not gonna read that description saying what it does or anything like that. I just like to get in there, know I'm upgraded enough to fight it. I like my attack and my defense high. All that extra stuff, like I probably don't read it no more, bro.
All right, so playing this game, you never went to Reddit or YouTube or anything like that for tips?
I'm just the type to not spoil a game, bro. Honestly. Like I don't want to be like, oh, I can't beat this level, so I'm gonna look up how to do it.
That's what I'll do. Shit. Ain't no thing in my game, bro.
The days of cheating are over, man. I can't do it no more.
But they're easier. It's so easy to find that information now.
It really is.
All right, what?
I will say so. It went from looking up tips and tricks and cheats and all that to only looking at reviews. And then even reviews, I don't like looking at reviews until I play the game. And I'm like, I can say for myself, because the thing that broke reviews for me was playing The Order 1886. And that game, I liked it. That game, whenever it first came out, got a 5 out of 10, bro. And I was like, oh, they are tripping, bro. This game is good. Like, the story's good and all that. Like, it looked amazing. On top of that, so that was like the game that really like pushed PS4 graphics to the edge. And I was like, yo, this game looks real. It's crazy as fuck as far as the weapons. The storyline is good. And they gave it a 5, bro. I was pissed after that. I was like, yo, I'm never trusting reviews again.
Yeah, when you met that game, that reminded me of. If any of y'all familiar with Hip Hop Gamer?
Which game?
Like, Hip Hop Game. He's like a dude from Hot 97. He raps, he plays games, stuff like that. He has a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. I think
I remember when that game, the Order 18. What was the name of it again? Order 1886.
Order 1886.
1886. Like when that game first came out, and that game got a bad score. Shout out to you, Hip Hop Game, by the way. You end up watching. He basically said that the reason why the game got a bad score because it was a victim of racism. You know, because like the whole Sony Microsoft. That's really what he said. Like, the Order is a victim of racism. I'm like, wow, bro. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But I didn't get a chance to truly play the Order 1886, but I saw some clips of it on YouTube because that's mostly what I do. Like, yo, if I know I'm not gonna play a game because I'm scared like how something look, I'll just watch the shit on YouTube. So like, all right, this game it looked kind of lit. So I don't know why it got the score that it got.
Yeah, bro.
But as far as hardest game,
yeah,
but as far as like hardest games go, like Sean, like, what's some of the hardest games that you ever played?
So let's see. Some of the hardest games that I've ever played. I honestly, I feel like I couldn't necessarily say which games were like hard to play. It's more so, I guess, I usually end up playing most of my games on like the normal difficulty because I'm a guy who likes like, as much as I like the challenge, I love like story in games. So I always play it on normal just so I can see it. Lately, I'll say I'll try to do like hard just for the extra challenge, maybe after I finish the game first off. But I felt like I may have told the story last time we were on podcast, but I think I was playing Kingdom Hearts. I was getting through the whole storyline, got up to like the final boss, didn't realize I was up to the final boss, stopped playing the game, bought the whole second game when the second game played out, played the second game all the way through. That one was kind of tough. Played the second game all the way through, only to go back to the first game and realize I was at the end. So that was my fault for not playing the game because I thought, it's going to be kind of tough. So I'm going to just like, I'm going to wait out, even though I was legit at the end of the game. So
tough. It's tough, man. Some bosses, bro, it's just like, all right, I give up, bro. I'm done. I'll play the next one. Shoot.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Sometimes I start the easiest difficulty first, especially if I'm playing like a thriller or some shit. Like, man, I just want to check out the story, see if I'm gonna like the story. Then, if I like the story, then cool. I'll play it on normal. Then I work my way up to hard. I'm that type of game. I like to just get the game, play the campaign, and that's it, bro. Just get out the way. Cause I hate going on Reddit or YouTube for tips on how to get past a certain puzzle. Although I keep doing that. I had to do that with Uncharted 3 so many times. I had to do that with God of War 3.
3?
Yeah.
What part in 3? Let's see if you remember this.
For which game? God of War 3 or Uncharted 3?
Uncharted 3.
Alright, I forgot. It's like the part he's in the temple. He has to like step on like the floor and like certain parts of the floor, like it would kind of like go lower or higher.
Okay.
Yeah. It's that part. And I couldn't figure it out for like a week. And after a week, I was like, let me put my pride to the side and just go on Reddit.
Look this up real quick.
Do you like puzzle games?
Me personally, no, I don't. I don't like thinking when I'm playing games. I don't.
How do I crack this code? And Uncharted will definitely do that to you too. That's funny.
What about you, Isaiah? Well, obviously you love puzzle games, obviously. So I don't think we need to ask.
I mean, They slow the game down, honestly, for me. But
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
I don't mind if people put it like in the game, but like putting a puzzle game in God of War. I think it was in God of War 3. Like we got to do the labyrinth, that blue level.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie. I love God of War, but I did not like that level.
All right, so let's end.
Uncharted, I do like it because it makes you feel like Indiana Jones having to solve those. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like they usually slow games down.
Yeah,
Puzzles.
Yeah.
most definitely. All right, so let's answer the question here. Is Returnal for you? I know you said it's not that hard, but would you say for those complaining that they just suck at gaming, or do you feel like all right, it's like the developers for Return they gotta like dumb the game down to like make it more easy accessible for like newcomers or casuals to play?
Hmm. No, I wouldn't say players suck. I try to not clown on
Too
people's
nice. It's too
gaming
nice.
abilities. I
It's
mean,
too nice.
everybody's different. Like you talk to a little kid will bust your ass, but compared to an adult, it's like, oh damn, he's scrubbing the ground with that dude. It's just all about playing it more and more. And I mean, of course, whenever you start off, you're timid and you're moving slower than you should. When the character's fast, like she can sprint pretty fast. Like so, I don't know. It's a tactic thing. As long as you got your
Mhm.
tactics right, it's not gonna be a hard game.
All right,
And
cool.
that's
Okay.
how it is for most hard games, even like the all the From Software games. Like as long as you got your tactics right, you know when to dodge or when to use certain things, then you'll be fine. It's not as hard as they make it out.
I got you. All right, cool. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. But if you guys disagree with our guy here, Isaiah Ledoux times two, sound off in the comment section. Make your voices heard. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the Tuck Podcast Network. You can also check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio at the Tuck Podcast Network. So, we look forward to your thoughts in regards to this conversation here. So, with that said, let's get into this week in gaming, y'all. Let's get into this week in gaming now. Tomorrow, Resident Evil 8. What's the exact name again? Resident Evil 8
Village.
Village. Village. It comes out
Village.
tomorrow, May 7th. Isaiah, I know you always the one of those guys you'll be first to pick it
We're
up.
gonna cop it. We're gonna cop that.
All right, so me and Sean here, we're both on the fence about it. So try to convince us, why Resident Evil 8 might be a worthy purchase.
Um, I mean, I like how they're gonna incorporate werewolves and zombies. So, I mean, this is just what I've read just a little bit. I haven't been, you know me, man. I don't like
That's such a
reviews, so
weird step from like
I'm
Resident
trying to
Evil,
like.
though. Like,
He said
I
it's
like
such
the
a
logo for it though. The logo is hard.
yeah, it
The
looks dope.
logo is hard. I like how the Roman numerals to add like the AGE to it. That's hard.
Yeah, I think having werewolves and exploring a little town and I don't know. It just this is a different vibe for me because I'm actually not really like a horror purchaser. Like I haven't
Either,
played a
bro.
Resident Evil game in a long time, but this one actually caught my eye as far as like it's not an Outlast. Have you guys played Outlast?
mhm.
Yeah,
That game's fucking scary at
I didn't
times.
like it though.
Yeah,
I didn't like
it's
it.
like you don't have a weapon, but I'm like, all right, well this could be like Outlast, but with a gun. So I was like, let me try this one.
Like they're
Even if
definitely keeping. I think they're definitely keeping the energy from like what Resident Evil Biohazard, where like I think it was like they took out all the fanciness and all the stuff that they started to go in the route of for Resident Evil, where it's like now it's like you have more guns, it's more action packed, and they
yeah,
start to get back to the horror element of it. Now it's just like you're just walking around. POV is like first person, so
yeah,
everything is right in front of you.
I like that. So I was like, man, it might be good on the PS5. Like the graphics might be really good. You might see a little bit more detail as far as like whenever you shoot an enemy, you might see something. But I don't know. It's just something I want to dabble with. A horror game. I haven't played a horror game in a long time.
What's the last horror game you played?
I think it was Outlast. Outlast was probably the last horror game I played. And me and my little brother was like, "Hey man, it's your turn." Anytime we would die or get caught by whoever was chasing us, I forgot even how the game went, but anytime we would get like freaked out about it, we would just hand the controller like, "Hey, bro, it's your turn." Because with me, I play my video games like on loud, like as loud as I can go. So there was definitely some scary parts in that game, like creepy stuff.
Bro, Isaiah, I know you're not the type to like check out reviews before you play a game, but no, me like I like to like check out some reviews to make sure that I like if I'm gonna like enjoy it and get my money's worth. So before we got to this, I was on IGN,
Mm.
and these are some of the notable takeaways that I got from the IGN interviews. They said the game has repeatable boss fights, but a great variety of enemies, and the puzzles are very easy. They say it lacks a bit of thrill, but it's very action heavy.
This is for
I
Village.
like that.
For Village, yeah.
I like
So,
action heavy.
and again, it got an 8 out of 10.
I did see that. So I don't watch the review, but I will like read like, all right, what number did it get? Is there hype? Is the hype real? And then I mean I will read like that little paragraph like just to see like, all right, what did they say? Because it doesn't give you spoilers. If you watch the whole review, it's probably going to be a spoiler in there or show you something on the screen where it's like, I'm just going to be waiting for that to come on the game now. Like it's like if I see it visually in a review, then I'm going to be waiting for that part to come across in the game. I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about. I don't.
So you
like
should have
that.
already heard about the tall lady then, because they keep showing this tall lady that's in this
Yeah,
new game.
yeah. Lady
I heard,
D, the
I heard
mistress,
she's not even in
something
it that
like
much,
that.
though. She's not even in it that much. Well, it's spoiler, I guess.
From what I hear.
Okay.
Right. Who
I heard
knows,
that,
bro? Who
I
knows?
heard that her daughters have more of an impact, on the gameplay and the story than she actually does. But
Right.
I don't know. It looks pretty good, though. It looks pretty good. But my scary ass, I ain't playing it. I
Come
ain't playing
on,
it.
man.
But I'll definitely watch the playthroughs on YouTube, though.
Wait a minute. This is your chance to get an Xbox game.
It's not
All right, so like,
exclusive, though, bro.
It's for
so
the
like,
next
what if you,
gen.
what if
It's
you get
not
Resident
exclusive.
Evil and we stream it here? Like, would you feel comfortable if we were here to watch you play
I know
this
we'll be
game?
right here. Like,
It might be good to have a support system. I ain't gonna lie. It might be good to have a support system. But bro, like I'm gonna be doing like a lot of jumping and shit like that. I'm telling you. I'm
hey,
telling you, bro.
that's what
Especially
we're here
on this
for.
TV here, boy. Like,
That's what we're
I
here
watch. I'd much rather watch one of y'all play, to be honest with you. But I ain't
for.
gonna.
We'll fly to that game.
It might be entertaining. It might be entertaining. If I could make a poll as far as like who should play Resident Evil 8 between the three of us, like I'll be interested to see like what subscribers and fans might think.
There we go. I was like, which way is my hand going?
bro. Yeah, there's just some games I just cannot play. I just can't. Like Five Nights at Freddy's. I told you, like I have Foxy as part of my sleeve on my arm for my tattoo. I cannot even play Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's one of the most basic horror games there is. It's nothing but jump scares. So imagine this with all these detailed monsters and shit like that coming at you. Like, nah, bro, can't do it. Can't do it. I couldn't do it on the PlayStation. I couldn't do it on the PS2. Couldn't do it on the PS3, the PS4.
Oh, he took it back.
So
You
just
couldn't do it
imagine,
with bad graphics. You can't do it with mediocre graphics.
so just
You
imagine
ain't
right
doing it with
now.
realistic.
So just imagine now, shit is full of realistic. Like, bro, like, no. But we'll see how it goes, though, bro. But hey, Isaiah, you test it out because you're always the first. So you test it out. Let me know how it go. We always communicating. So you fuck with it. You be like, yo, like, bro, like, you should really check this out.
Gotta get
Yeah,
it.
I might try it out, but I'm no, what I'm definitely gonna do. I'm definitely gonna watch the playthroughs on YouTube tomorrow, for sure.
We'll see what we do, man.
I'm telling you, all you need is a group of friends. Just get them together. Just take turns playing the game, or give one of them the controller, and just watch
Tell them
it.
to all pitch in $10 because
normally
that
what I
game's
do,
like
bro.
70.
I remember like funny story when playing GTA 5 on PS4. On the PS3 version, they ain't had like the animals and shit like that, right? So I'm playing on my PS4. I'm driving and shit, and then I see a deer run across. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And bro, well, I say I almost had a heart attack, bro, just for seeing a deer.
From a deer. Oh my
deer,
god,
bro.
bro.
So just imagine this right here, what that would do to me.
Yeah.
I'll be sweating.
He had a real life moment. Like, oh, it's a deer. I'm about to die. I was like, what?
I'm like,
You gotta plow through there. That's Grand Theft Auto, bro.
because
You
I
can
wasn't
plow through a
expecting no
pedestrian.
enemy. Because I wasn't expecting no. I thought it was like, yo, like, am I playing like a modded game or some shit like right here? Like, because I didn't read up on it. Like, yo, yo, the new upgraded new GTA 5 is gonna have animals in the game, like dogs, bears, and shit like that. I ain't know.
That's
That
funny.
shit caught me by surprise, bro. All right, but let's get into the games releasing this week. We have Subnautica Below Zero releasing on, I believe, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. We also have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Druids, I believe, Druids Edition. We also have Outlaws and Legends releasing on May 10th. As far as Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Wrath of the Druids, excuse me, that's the exact title. That's released on May 13th. And we also have Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which will be released on May 14th. It's basically like Mass Effect, that Legendary Edition. That's basically just a collection of all the Mass Effect games. Like
Mhm.
that. So, any of these games worthy of a cop for you guys next week?
Um, no, probably not for me. I think I'm stuck on what's it called, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil Returnal. Since you know
Yeah,
you got to finish the game now.
right. Hey, yeah, these are two PS5 games already, bro. I gotta, I gotta lock in, bro. I can't slow myself down. I got a lot of games to actually um beat. I haven't even beat a lot of games, bro. It's been a minute.
Shit, bro. As for me, bro, like I just gotta just beat the shit that I got because there's a lot of games that I have yet to even play. So I know
Mhm.
people watching like, yo, like why does nigga talk about games for like 2016, 2018? Well, nigga, it's new to me. Like I haven't played them, So this is not my chance to play those. Xbox, we ain't got shit. I know I could get the new Resident Evil, but I'm scared of horror game. Either I love horror personally. I love horror movies, horror TV shows, but when it comes down to the games, man, I just don't know. I just don't know, but we'll see how it goes. So
I
we'll
feel
see
like
how
that
it goes.
Mass Effect looks interesting, mostly because I think I was actually interested in the Mass Effect series late, maybe like the last one. I think I dabbled in a little bit just to see what it looked like, and it seemed interesting. And I'm pretty sure that's one of those games that where you kind of like your choices affect how the rest of the story plays out. And I love those kind of games,
Mm.
so I'm most likely probably look into like Mass Effect.
Trying to think what game does that.
Didn't, didn't they stop at the Andromeda though? Because that game was just trash.
Yeah, yeah, that
Watch.
was a PS4 one. I mean, well, the next gen one.
Yeah,
It was.
that was like a PS4 launch title, was it?
Not Andromeda. Not
Oh no,
Andromeda.
they had whack ass neck. That was it. That was it.
I don't know why I associate Mass Effect with like Xbox, the Xbox series. Am I wrong? Am
I
I
mean,
thinking like Gears of War?
Yeah, you wrong for thinking about Xbox games.
Gears of War is so
No.
bro, if Ragnarok came out tomorrow, I'll pay $1,200 to get a PS5. I don't care.
Oh, bro,
If Ragnarok
I
came out
would
tomorrow.
too. I
And
would
I'm
too.
scared. And I'm scared of that shit too. But fuck it, man. Like I like God of War.
You scared
Man,
of God of
look,
War,
them big ass Titans, boy.
bro?
They ain't scary.
They ain't scared.
Y'all niggas ain't scared of Cronus and Gaia and all that? Well, of course y'all not, but me,
Not
like,
at
you know,
all,
it's more,
bro.
it's more realistic.
That's the game right there. You got to play that, bro.
I
That's
be
my
forcing
favorite
my
game
way through it,
franchise.
though. I ain't gonna. I be forcing my way through it. I gotta play those shit at early morning time, like when the sun is out and all that. That's
Full sun, just full sunlight.
Right.
bro, bro.
Everything's illuminated.
Yeah,
Exactly.
can't even
It's
see the screen.
illuminated. Birds are chirping. Like that's. I need the ambiance. Gotta be right. The thing gotta be right, y'all. The thing gotta be right. Sure,
That's
for
funny.
sure. All right, man. I guess it's about time we wrap up. Y'all, so let everybody know where they can find y'all on social media.
Well, you can follow me on, well, mostly everything: IG, Twitter, TikTok. Whenever I'm decided to be active on TikTok again, everything will be under this Black Dawn label right there. And if you're looking for my actual work, you can find it on blackdawnarts.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
Mr.
nice.
Ledoux.
Isaiah, man, you can find me at Ledoux times 2 on Instagram. You want to play me with me on PlayStation Network? It is Deuce Deuce 6.
Yes, sir. As
Holla
for
at
me,
me.
find me at Ladale the Fashionista. You can see across the screen, Ladale the Fashionista. You can find me on PSN D1Mass718. On my Xbox gamer tag is LaDizzy90. Shout out to my boy Lloyd for giving me that name. So yeah, man, that just about does it. As far as like any games that should play next week. Just sound from the comment section about like what games are you guys interested in playing. What games you feel like we should be playing. I know Isaiah he's gonna get to Resident Evil 8. He's gonna test it out for us. I'm gonna try to finish these games that I have on my expansion card. Sean, what games you gonna be playing this weekend, bro?
Probably more. Let's see. Probably more Outriders. Probably going to actually try to work on finishing Persona Royal, so I could be done with that game. I think my boy is trying to get me back on GTA, so I realized I didn't plug myself. If you're trying to play with me on GTA, you can find me at Saint Pharaoh on PSN.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need to finish that too. I believe they had it on Game Pass for a minute, but I think they took it off. 'Cause I want to play like on an upgradable system, man. That's why I'm not too sure about a lot of these other games, man. Like these other PS Sony games that play on PS5, PS4. Cause I need that upgrade, man. I need that upgrade, bro. So
You need to, bro.
so
Got
Best
to.
Buy, Sony, whoever's watching, man, like hook a brother up, man. Hook a brother up.
Sponsored by Best Buy and Sony.
And shout out to you, Astrid. Make sure I don't waste my money. For sure, for sure. But that just about does it for us, you guys, man. I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. We'll be back next week for episode 4 of the Gaming Chair podcast. And once again, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your side piece. Let them know about the Gaming Chair podcast and what we do over here. All right. So with that said, enjoy your week. Happy gaming. Play some games. Talk about some games with your boys. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.